So before we can move into what we really cover in 8th grade, we're going to recap one-step and two-step equations. We're going to mix it up. So just remember, as we're solving these, one-steps are pretty easy. You just add or subtract or multiply or divide. There's only one operation in the problem. But when it comes to two-step, we have to solving two-step equations, there's two operations in the problem, and so the order is I take care of any adding or subtracting and then multiply or divide. So let's break it down. Number 1, I only see one operation, the 3 out up front, and even though I see addition, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to subtract, but I just pay attention to the 3. The only way to cancel a 3, like if I try to add 3, 3 plus 3 equals 6, so it doesn't cancel. So I'm actually going to subtract 3. So 3 minus 3 cancels, so A equals negative 13 minus 3 is negative 16. And that's my answer. That's a one-step equation. Number 2, the only operation I see on this one is minus 10, so it's a one-step equation. The inverse of subtracting 10 is to add 10. So y, where the 10s cancel, negative 5 plus 10 is positive 5. Number 3, I only see one operation here as well. The only operation I see is division. And so the opposite of dividing by negative 6 is to multiply by negative 6. So the negative 6's cancel, and p equals 9 times negative 6, which is negative 54. Number 4, I only see one operation as well. So the only operation I see is multiplying by 8. The inverse of multiplying by 8 is to divide by 8. 56 divided by 8 is 7 equals t, because those 8's cancel. Now I can start seeing two-step equations because in number 5 I see multiplication and addition. So remember, when it comes to two steps, we first have to take care of any addition or subtraction first. So on this one, before I can divide by 9, I need to take care of my addition. So instead of adding 1, I'm going to subtract 1. So I have 9c, where the 1's cancel. 10 minus 1 is 9. Now I have multiplication, and the inverse of multiplying by 9 is to divide by 9. Now on the left side, yes, technically they cancel because 9 divided by 9 is 1, but they don't cancel over here, so my answer is not 0. What is 9 divided by 9? And that's 1. Number 6, I see two operations. I see multiplication and I see subtraction. Before I can divide by 3, because if I divided by 3, it would come to a nasty number, I have to take care of the subtraction. So the inverse of subtracting 4 is to add 4. 8 plus 4 is 12 equals 3a, because these 4's cancel. Now I have multiplication. The inverse of multiplying by 3 is to divide by 3. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. And there's my answer. Number 7, I see two operations. I see division and I see addition. The inverse, before I can multiply by 5, I have to take care of addition. The inverse of adding 9 is to subtract 9. So m divided by 5, 9's cancel. 11 minus 9 is 2. The inverse of dividing by 5 is to multiply by 5. So my 5's cancel, and 2 times 5 is 10. Number 8, before I can divide by 7, I need to take care of the 13. Remember though, so in order to cancel 13, I need to subtract 13, not add 13. So these 13's cancel, and I have 7x. 27 minus 13 is 14. Now I can divide by 7. So x equals 14 divided by 7 is 2. Number 9, so just like number 8, we've got to be careful with this one though, so I'm going to put a star by it. In order to cancel number 7, or this number 17, I don't want to add 17 because that just doubles it. We want to subtract 17. So I have negative q equals 6 minus 17, which is negative 11. This is what I call the silent killer, because a lot of people think I'm done. But if we have to be careful, because this is not just q, this is negative q, and the number that is in front of q is negative 1q. So I have negative 1 times q. Well, the inverse of multiplying by negative 1 is to divide by negative 1. So q actually equals negative 11 divided by negative 1 is positive 11. So watch out for the silent killer there. Number 10, before I can multiply by 8, I need to take care of that negative 11. So this is what I'm talking about here, where I don't want to subtract 11, even though I see addition here. I need to cancel negative 11, I need to add 11, which sounds silly because I see addition, but I worry more about the sign that 11 is. So in order for those to cancel, I need to add 11. Negative 9 plus 11 is positive 2 equals b over 8. Now that I have division, the inverse of that is to multiply by 8. 8 times 2 is 16 equals b. Number 11 is one of those special cases where I don't add or subtract first. I have to multiply or divide. So if I look at number 11, I see subtraction and I see division. And normally we would add 31 and then multiply by 4. But because the dividing by 4 is underneath the entire problem, I need to take care of that division first. So the inverse of dividing by 4 is to multiply by 4, where those 4's cancel, and now I have n minus 31 equals 2 times 4 is 8. Now I have subtraction, so the inverse of subtracting 31 is to add 31, where the 31's cancel. 8 plus 31 is 39. Number 12 is just like number 11. Before I can add 14, because of that dividing by 2, I need to do the inverse of dividing by 2 and multiply by 2 first, where those 2's cancel. 2 times 13 is 26. And now I have w minus 14, where now that I have subtraction, the inverse of subtracting is to add 14, so that those 14's cancel. And 26 plus 14 is actually 40. And that's my final answer. So it's just a mixture there.